What's up, everybody? Hope you're having an amazing day. This is the first time I'm doing spirit shots on both Instagram and Facebook at the same time. So if you see me kind of looking around just a little slightly off of your camera, it's because I'm looking at the other social media. So as we start getting people in here on the live, and just in case you're watching this in the replayville, I want to start off with something a little bit more serious and a little bit more, shall we say, critical, right, in this time as everybody is really feeling it about the coronavirus, right? We see all sorts of messages of countries shutting down, of schools shutting down, of businesses shutting down. We have a lot of scary stuff happening right now. Like, I've never heard of a pandemic like this. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard of it maybe at ancient times, but nothing like this. You know, when the world is so small, right? And people can freak out so easily. And we see it, right? We see people freaking out literally everywhere. At Costco, in the stores, online, people talking about it all the time, and people saying something that is absolutely ridiculous for the other entrepreneurs out there, which I've seen a lot of people saying, well, be careful because the non-essentials are going to be cut off. Like, people are not going to spend money on the non-essentials. Things like mindset, I heard another person say, which I think is insane. Right? I think this is absolutely a crazy notion, because in times like this, it's not the disease that does the greatest amount of damage. It's the hysteria. Okay? It's what people do when they stop thinking and start freaking out. And it's when we start operating under stress, under fear, under anxiety, and we allow things like victimhood. We allow things like catastrophizing. We allow things like our own ability to get trapped in fear to cloud our judgment, push us into unwise decisions or rash reactions or all sorts of things that could screw us up, right? Not to mention that stress and fear lower your immune system. So if you are concerned about the coronavirus, if you are worried about what's happening, and there should be concern, there is a lot to be concerned about. But allowing yourself to get stressed out, freaked out, in hysteria about this is not the move, okay? It is on us. Whether you believe in anything at all, it doesn't matter, right? We know that stress and fear lower immune systems. We know that, right? Now, if you want to get into anything else, right, in terms of whether you can use mindset in order to protect yourself, heal, I don't know, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to get into it. However, do your best to manage your mindset in these scary times, okay? Mindset is critical. It is absolutely essential in times like this, okay? So this is the time to double down, triple down, quadruple down on things like meditation, on things like breath work, on things like whatever personal development you are doing for yourself, for mindfulness, to manage your state. Pay attention to what you're talking about, to what you're thinking about, whether you are spinning out, right? Whether you're freaking yourself out, whether you're spending a lot of time in negativity or victimhood, pull yourself up and out. Do yourself a favor and anybody else who is in your vicinity, because fear is a contagion. Fear is a pathogen. Stress is contagious, just like laughter is. And just like laughter can be contagious and improve your immune system, and it does, right? This is not spirituality talk right now. Right now I'm speaking about well-known science, right? That things like play, mindfulness, love, even just complimenting, having a good time, high moods, high vibes increases your immune system, okay? It will help you. Not only that, we make even better decisions. When we are in a time of potential chaos, right? When we are at a moment where we don't know what's happening, right? We have no idea. The next 2 weeks, we could have a cure. We could have something. We could have anything that could help out. Or in the next 2 weeks, we could find out that the world is fucking ending. No one knows. Nobody knows. And when we are faced with perilous uncertainty, there is one thing that we do know, and that is the people who allow themselves to fall into negativity, depression, and hopelessness will not make it. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to show you that now mindset, maybe more than ever, is critical. You want to keep your business? You have to keep your mind. You want to keep your business? You want to keep your health? You have to keep your heart and your mind together, set, pointed towards health, not away from disease, right? Remembering that whatever you're focusing on grows larger within your attention. And whatever grows larger within your attention and is held over time becomes a belief. And if you believe that the flu is coming for you, you're going to get the flu. If you believe that your business is going to tank because of this time, that's what's going to happen. And if you believe that the world is going to end, your world definitely will. Okay? I am not saying that all you need is to use the secret and think about good thoughts and all will be well for you. Okay? Not saying that. I'm not saying that all you need is a law of attraction and you won't get sick. I'm not saying that either. Okay? What I am saying is that the one thing that makes a situation like this 1,000,000 times worse is panic and hysteria. Keep your shit together, folks. Keep your mind tight. Do everything you can to focus on the positive, to focus on health, to focus on what you can do, to focus on serving each other and helping each other and reaching out to each other and being good to each other, being good to yourself. Focus on that. It'll help you make the best decisions and it'll bring you to a place where you can truly take care of yourself and your business. Okay? So, with that in mind, I'm going to take the first shot of this spirit shot set. And sorry, if you see me kind of jitter around a little bit, I'm in a different place right now and it's cold in here. So I'm going to warm myself up a little bit. Cheers to you guys. I hope that these next few weeks are as calm and as peaceful and are as strategic for you as possible. All right? Sending you all the love and sending you all the peace and the resilience and the strength. And sorry if this is messing with you that I'm using this shot glass for that toast, but sending you all the love and the strength. Okay. Now that we're done with the coronavirus message, let's get to sales. Okay? So how do you use spirituality in sales? Now, this is a really interesting topic because it's huge. So I'm going to present to you a framework that I use. Now, this is a framework that I know works, not only because I've taught it to other people, but, well, here's the thing. How do I say this? I don't know a thing about business. And yet, I've helped thousands of people improve their businesses. I've helped people make literally millions of dollars. One of my clients went from selling nothing to 3.5 million in under 4 months. Another one of my clients went from selling under $1 million worth to under $3 million worth in 4 weeks. I've helped people go from 10% conversion rates to 50% conversion rates in 5 weeks. I've helped people, right? So what I'm saying to you here is, please know, I know this works because I don't know a fucking thing about business, and yet I have a multiple 6-figure business. Right? So what I'm about to share with you works. However, please tweak it in whatever way resonates with you the most, right? Whatever I'm saying here is not fact, right? What I'm here to give you is suggestions, things to play with, to try them. So, how to use spirituality in order to improve your sales begins way before the sales call. Way before. Because it begins with you, right? The first thing is you need to have a strong attachment with your why, okay? And your why needs to be huge. Is this a spiritual topic? Yes. I'm not talking about goals. I'm talking about what is the thing that gets your energy, gets your heart moving when you think about it. For me is I'm impacting 100 million people on this planet. 100 million people. But I also have the next 3 stages of my own personal evolution in mind, where I will be working with the great mindset leaders in the world, the movers and shakers, so that we can change the culture on this planet, and we can spread self-love, and we can spread self-acceptance, and we can spread strength and resilience, right, throughout the world, not just my city, not just my state or country, right? So when I get on the phone with someone, I connect beforehand with that, with the why, not just money. That used to be my old style, where it's like, ooh, another chance to get money, right? And I loved it. Well, at first it was, oh, I hope I make money, right? Then with mindset work, it was like, great, another way to make money. Then it evolved into another person I can help. What fun. And now it's you person calling me. You have no idea, but you're about to enter into a movement, into something big. You are going to be participating with me in changing this world. And so my invitation is much bigger than just your goals or my goals. When we talk, we're talking about profound things, not just for us, but for the people in the world around us. Do you see how the energy is already increasing when we talk about these things? And it makes it magnetic, right? Big goals make people magnetic. So when you want to sell more, you want to increase your magnetism and increase your energy. So if you don't have a mega big goal and your why, right? 100 million people is not just a random number for me. And it's not just for a random reason for me. I do it because I'm fucking sick and tired of essentially having a job, of being needed, right? Of seeing so many people in so much pain, seeing people with so much lack, so much victimhood, and so much helplessness and hopelessness, and I'm fucking sick of it. And it's time for us to cure this like a disease, right? To wipe it out, to eradicate this kind of self-hatred and victimhood and low vibe realities and show people that they can have everything they want. See, I connect with that, then my invitation is open, right? And I'll even talk to people during the sales call sometimes about that, right? Because everybody wants to participate in something big. So we have that running through us before we start the call. The next thing is, on the call, we're going to do a couple things during the call. 1, see the client's end state, not their problems. It is very important to speak about their problems so you understand them, and so they understand them too. But what I want you to focus on is not seeing them as a person who needs to be fixed. All right? Even if they're coming to you for if they have a disease, right? Or if something's really wrong, if you're coaching them through business or you're coaching them through something and they're coming to you and they're saying, look, I have this insanely complicated problem. This is really hard. It's ruining my life. What I want you to do when you see them is see right through that and see the core of who they really are and see their true potential. And then hold a mirror to them so they can see it too. Right? Because we, as leaders, and we are leaders because they're calling us for our services, right? So here, in this case, at least, we are leaders. They will follow our lead if our lead is powerful enough. What does that mean? When we see what we know them to be, strong and healthy and abundant and loving, whatever you're coaching them through, right? When you can see the image of that there, so clear and so obvious in your mind that you're almost willing it into existence. This is why it's a spiritual tool. It's almost like manifesting it, right? Then they start getting the image too. Part of the reason that they're reaching out to call you is because they have either a vision and they don't know how to get there, right? Or they don't even have the vision and all they have is a hope. If they have the vision and they don't know how to get there, that vision will be your vision, right? Your vision will be their vision. And so when you can see it, you can start talking to it, and you can start help making that a reality. You can show them the way when you have their vision. You know, when you know where they're going and you see it powerfully, you can help them get there. And if they don't have that vision, you can give it to them and inspire them to go there. And with that, they will follow, right? With that, they will buy. They will buy into not your process, but your energy. They will buy into you, into your vision of their future. That is what you are selling. Your method helps, absolutely. But ultimately, they don't care. Ultimately, they want to know whether you can help them create a beautiful vision and then step into it, or just step into it, right? And so we, as leaders, must guide them energetically as well as emotionally and cognitively. So we see that. The other thing is, on the call, we must be looking for energetic alignment, okay? Energetic alignment is absolutely critical. What does that mean? I mean, when you're speaking with a person, do you want to get closer or further away from them? Never mind the money. Never mind anything. Just feel your energy as you speak, right? You ever walked into a room and saw someone who you just didn't want anything to do with? And you didn't even know, didn't speak with them. You're just like, ooh, something about that person, no. No, thank you. I'm sure you're wonderful. Just not for me. Thank you. Bye. Right? And I'm sure you've also had the opposite. When you come in, you're like, ooh, I don't know who you are. We haven't shared a word, but I want to know all about you. What you got? Who are you? What is that? Right? What we want to do is look for that on our sales calls. We want to find this feeling of yes, of bringing closer together, of energetic alignment. Why? Because two things. Well, more than two things. One, if you start working with someone who is not in energetic alignment with you, and by the way, I'm so sorry. Hi to everybody watching. I was like so into just giving you the stuff. So on both Instagram and Facebook, hello. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. I feel very honored, especially during these scary times, that you're taking some time out to grow and to grow with me. I feel very honored. Thank you. And you know what? It's about that time. Let's take another shot. Let's do a little bit more happy in the happy hour, shall we? Cheers, guys. Here's to your health. Here is to you not just surviving through these times, but finding a way to thrive through these times. Okay, back into energetic alignment. So if you start work, and by the way, I used to do this all the time. Oh, every single thing that I've told you to avoid, I have done countless times. I've broken every single rule, and I've paid the price dearly over and over and over again until this stubborn soul finally decided to take some steps different in a different direction. This is what I'd do. I'd find, someone think, "Ooh, well, I need the money," or "I want the money," right? But in my mind, I told myself I needed it. And then what would happen is I would just push, because I happen to be a really good salesperson also, just because of, just what I do, right? Like I just align spiritually with my truths and people buy into them. And that's a beautiful thing. But I used to work with people who would drain my energy, and they would take a lot more of my time, and I would not look forward to their sessions. And it would be like the whole week thank you, I'm glad you like the show. It's raining here in LA, so I figured I might as well bring some sun in here. Well, these clients would drain me, and I would resent them. And I would have these weeks where I'm like, oh, everything is good, and then the next day, ooh, I have to see that client, heart drop, right? Now, in those moments, we may think that it's not impacting us, right? Very cute, right? To think that, oh yeah, no, it's okay. It's just 1 hour. It's just one session. It won't have any other impacts on me, right? It does. It absolutely does. Because remember, we do the best work when we're feeling our best. And the more stress we have, the more anxiety or the more resentment or the more of those heavier kind of feeling emotions we have, the worse we operate. Okay? So when we want to be the most magnetic, we want to have the most fun. We want to be in touch with our own passions the most, with what we love, with what gets us excited, with what gets us ramped up, right? And when you have a full deck of clients who you're actually excited about, you just find that vibration, right? Where you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I get to work with this client and this new client and this client, and oh my God, I'm so in love with all of my clients. I'm so in love with my reality, right? Because it spins you upward. And when you have that going on, you become even more magnetic. Because when people call you, it's either because they want to be more like you or they want to have something you have. And, well, who wants to be like someone who's stressed out and unhappy or doesn't like their clients, right? That's not good. So let's flip over and look for energetic alignment. By the way, energetic alignment makes it really easy for people to say yes to you. And when you then say no, this is such a little mindset hack. Look for alignment. When there is no alignment, be very graceful and simply don't offer to work with the other person or for them to work with you. This is awesome because when you find energetic alignment, your chances of getting a yes go up astronomically, because you're not the only person on the phone or whatever the video that feels that energetic alignment. They'll feel it too, whether they know it or not, right? So they'll feel the pull into you and they'll want to say yes, right? And I know this because I have so many people who say, Dan, from the moment we started talking, I knew that I was going to say yes to you, right? I love that. And you hear no a lot less, right? Why? Because you're not going to offer to work with people who are not in energetic alignment to you, right? So easy, right? The rejections go down because you're the one choosing whether you want to work with someone or not. Now you might think, I'm stepping through your own thought processes. Why? Because I've had them too. Saying, Dan, well, if I say no to more people who are out of energetic alignment, won't my sales be lower? What if I need the money? What if I told you that the more clients you work with who are out of energetic alignment, meaning the more clients who are taking your energy instead of sharing it with you, the less energy you have to bring to other sales calls, right? The more they take, the less you have to put into your marketing, the less you have to put into your sales calls, the less you have to put into your life, the less you have to put into the things that give you energy and fun and love and passion. So your energy diminishes the more times you decide to work with people who are out of alignment with you, which means you say yes to one of those clients and you end up saying no to others, right? Because you don't have enough energy to bring them in. Or you don't have enough energy to be magnetic when you're on the phone, and they'll come up with all sorts of excuses. I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, all this other bullshit, right? And so it breaks it for you. So what I would invite you to do is say no to the clients who have out of energetic alignment so that you can say yes to the clients who are in alignment, right? Isn't that weird? Say no to one client who drags you down to make room for a client who will drive your heart crazy. And you know what it's like to get a client when like you're excited, right? I can't wait to work with this person and see them grow, bloom, get healthy, whatever you do, and I'm sure you do it well, right? Make more room for them. Invite them. Because when you say no to someone who doesn't fit, you're saying yes to making room for those who do. I know I'm repeating myself. I'm doing it for a very important reason, by the way. And it's not just because I'm drinking vodka. It's because the unconscious mind responds to repetition. And you know what it's like when you've heard it a million times and then that one time, it's like, I don't know why, it just sank in and now I'm doing it, right? Right, okay, so we've covered a bunch of stuff up until now, right? Now, one other thing, I'm going to keep this Spirit Shots a little shorter than the rest of them because I know you have many other things to attend to, right? The other ones will go back to their hour long. This one will be a little shorter. So here, what we want to do is share a little bit of our energy. Now, this is something that I haven't taught before, but this is something I've been doing a lot. And I love it. And I actually do it a lot more than just on sales calls. So it's sending energy. It's running energy, as some people might call it, right? Sending energy. Because what I want to do is empower the person on the other end of the phone to say yes, not to me, to themselves. Say yes to themselves. Because for me, I'm a mindset coach, right? But it's like this, right? As I started off in this Spirit Shots session by saying that one of the best things that you could do to yourself in times of great uncertainty, whether it's the coronavirus or whether you're just a business owner, because being a business owner is like your entire life is uncertain, right? One of the best things that you can do is work on your mindset, right? To give yourself the greatest chances of making wise decisions. And you do not make wise decisions when they are made under duress, right? A stressed out brain does not make the best decisions, okay? An anxious brain does not make the best decisions. Self-hating, insecure brain does not make the best decisions. So when people are on the phone with me, no matter what they're talking about, I know working with me is the best thing for them. I do. Not only because I've worked with so many people, thousands of clients before, and I see their testimonials. I know that, right? Just from my history, but also I just know that. Right? I know the neuroscience behind it. I know the neuropsychology behind it. I know the spirituality behind it. So when people are there, if they say no, or if they have an inclination to say no to me, it's really because they're saying no to themselves. Why would someone say no to something that's going to improve everything else that they do? But no matter what you sell it for a very important reason. You help people in critical ways. If it wasn't critical, you wouldn't have a business. Okay, it's critical for them at that time. I don't care if you're even an entertainer. Entertainment is critical at certain points in time, right? So you offer something very, very important for people. So if they're saying no to you, what are they really saying no to? And what can you do to share energy with them in a way that will empower them to say yes to themselves? This is a spiritual concept, right? To be able to infuse the other person. So when I'm on the phone, I visualize me sending energy to that person to give them that view, right? Because I'll give you a little bit of an analogy. Way back, when I first started, and I first did my my very first workshop, it was called Lose Weight at Will. And it helped people lose insane amounts of fat. So I had a 60-year-old client with type 2 diabetes go back from, he lost his diabetes and also burned off about 32 pounds in, what was it, like 2.5 months without working out. All right, I had another client there who was in her 60s and her doctors started joking about her aging in reverse because of what we did in that workshop, and tons of people losing weight and doing all sorts of things there, right? And the whole idea there, why that happened, because by the way, we never talked about food. I never talked about food. But what I did do is I helped them reach a state of self-love that helped them just naturally want to do better things for themselves, right? Just naturally want to be even better for themselves. And so they treated themselves even better, right? Less punishment with food, less emotional eating, more working out, more thinking about their food, more being mindful about their food, right? So when we up-level our thoughts and our thinking, we just make better decisions, right? It just hops into an even higher state of being, right? When we love ourselves even more. So I send them the ability to love themselves. I infuse them. Now, it could just be a visualization that has no impact on them. Maybe it just changes how I show up. And the way that I show up impacts them so that they change the way that they show up. Whatever it is, why ever this works, it works consistently. Right? Not to say that I have 100% sales conversion, but I do have a 60% sales conversion in an industry where 20% is a good job, right? So, you know, take that how you will. So send them the ability to love themselves even more. Send them the courage to spend money and get a little uncomfortable in order to love up on themselves enough to do the things that are necessary for them to have the lives, the quality of life, the business that they want, whatever it is that you're helping them through, right? So we can see how step by step throughout this sales call or throughout this sales process, that what we are doing are two main things. We're connecting in with ourselves and what brings us to our highest excitement and our passion and our joy of service. And we infuse the other person on the other end of the conversation with strength and love and self-acceptance and the internal resources for them to make the wisest decision. Because when they say no to you out of their objections, most likely it's because, and by the way, I'm also going to say this, assuming you know how to make sales, right? Assuming you know how to present your value. Right? So all of the mechanics of sales are taken care of, that you know how to ask about their challenges, you know how to dig for their goals, you know how to ask illuminating questions, and you know how to ask for the gap in the presentation of what they have missed, right? Assuming you know all of that. And by the way, if you don't know the mechanics of a super powerful sales call, DM me, all right? And let me know that you want to know how to do a sales call, and I will hop on a little call with you for free, completely free, and I'll show you the framework that has helped me, in addition to these spiritual concepts that I'm showing you here, that has helped me get up to 60% conversion. I'll show you that for free as a gift so that you can combine both of these as little mini trainings and go make a fuckload more money, right? So again, if you want the framework, DM me. I will very happily share it with you and show you how to use it so that you can use it in conjunction with the spiritual work, right? But there are these two things, right? And that second part there is knowing that when they say no to you, if you've done the mechanics correctly, they're saying no because of fear. They're saying no because of insecurity. They're saying no because of the blocks that you are going to help them through. So we use the sales calls as opportunities already to step into the role of the leader, the coach, or the teacher, of the transformer. And we send them the energy and the courage and the hope and the self-love so that they can make decisions out of self-love instead of self-hatred or fear, out of courage instead of insecurity and fear, right? And then they will say yes, but not see that none of this is manipulative, right? None of this is manipulation at all. This is really empowerment. This is linking up with their truths. This is connecting with their heart and soul on different levels until they see that the real move, the best move for themselves is to say yes to you. And on that, I'm going to take my last drink with you guys and say our sign off here. Guys, again, I've toasted it a bunch of times during here, but I will continue to toast to your health and your resilience. Toast to your strength and your focus on health instead of moving away from the virus, which is really just focusing on the virus. Here's to your focus on health. Here's to your focus on love. Here's to your playing and your focusing on staying resilient and positive, because we know that that's when we make the best change. Now, hope on this planet is not going to come from fear, and it's not going to come from hatred, and it's not going to come from panicking or hysteria, and it doesn't matter how many fucking rolls of toilet paper you buy, it's not going to come from that. The hope on this planet comes from us focusing, being determined to focus on what is positive and good and loving and passionate and fun and beautiful in this world, and sharing that like our own positive virus. Let's start our own virus of love and empowerment and joy and positivity so that people can make the wisest decisions for themselves. Not to say that all these good vibes will prevent any bad things from happening, but it'll help us deal with them better. And it'll help us combat the hysteria. And it'll help us combat all of the things that make us freaked out and make us make stupid decisions. Let's make the best ones. Let's empower each other to make the best decisions during these times. And for me to you, just sending you all the love. And I just want the best for you and for your family and for the people that you care about. And with that, cheers, guys. And until next week. I really hope that you guys enjoyed and took a gem out of today. Again, I'm so honored that you spent some time with me. And join me again next week for another Spirit Shots with Dan. Bye, guys. I love you all.